guys, my name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Sifiso Meyiwa, who is the brother to the late Goli Senzo Meyiwa. I think we all know Sifiso Meyiwa. He's the big brother, eldest brother of the Meyiwa family. And what we know of him is that he has been adamant. The 5 men that are in trial for the so-called case 636 are not the ones that killed his brother. Okay? He is not in for that. He believes the guys are innocent. He believes it. He's like, no, those guys are innocent. They have nothing to do with the crime. He believes it with his chest out. So today I want us to talk about something that was posted by Patricia. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday or Sunday evening. If not Sunday evening, it's Monday morning. Okay? A new development has shaken South Africa's most controversial murder trial, the case of slain Bafana Bafana captain Senzo Meyiwa. This time, the development is not coming from the courtroom, from inside the courtroom. It is coming directly from the Meyiwa family themselves. Senzo Meyiwa's older brother, Sifiso Meyiwa, has written a powerful and emotional letter addressed to some of the most powerful people in South Africa's government and judiciary. The letter was directed to the Minister of Police, Firoz Kachalia, the Minister of Justice, Mamoloko Kubai, and the National Director of Prosecutions, Advocate, what's Mutibi, right? It's Mutibi, the one that replaced Shamila Patoy, yes. And the Chief Justice of South Africa, Mamumandi Samaya, okay? And what the family is asking for is nothing less than urgent intervention. Nothing less than urgent intervention. And according to the letter, the Meyiwa family has opened a new criminal case at Mekitemba Police Station under case 513-2026. The allegations are extremely serious. They include fraud, corruption, perjury, and defeating the ends of justice. And these allegations are connected directly to the ongoing Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. In the letter, Sifiso Meyiwa claims that cell phone records belonging to accused number 2, Bongani Ndanzi, were presented in court despite allegedly being fraudulently manufactured by SAPS. He argues that the phone records show movement in different locations, even though the phone was supposedly confiscated when Ndanzi was arrested. If true, that would mean the data presented in court could not possibly reflect the real movements. The family believes this could amount to fabricated evidence. And that is why they are calling on national authorities to intervene. But the letter goes even further. The Meyiwa family also raises concern about conduct of the presiding judge in the case Rata Mokgoatlheng. They claim the judge has shown hostility towards the defense lawyers and repeatedly sided with the prosecution. According to the letter, the judge has even suggested that the defense would simply need to appeal his judgment later. For the family, this raises a troubling question. Is the trial truly fair? Or is the truth about Senzo Meyiwa's murder buried somewhere deeper in the system? The family also revisits one of the most controversial aspects of the case, the original crime scene in Vosloorus. According to the letter, they believe the crime scene may have been contaminated shortly after the murder. They also reference statements made by Leanne Mathis, who told a parliamentary committee that she visited the house later that night and did not see blood on the floor. For the family, that raises disturbing questions about what happened at the crime scene after Senzo was shot. And then there is another troubling issue, witnesses. According to the letter, around 10 witnesses or potential witnesses connected to the case have died over the years. Some reportedly from shootings, others allegedly from poisoning. Amongst those mentioned is Brigadier Ndlovu, who had repeatedly questioned aspects of the investigation before his death. The Meyiwa family believes these events cannot simply be ignored. They say the country deserves answers, and they are now pleading with the government to ensure that the newly opened criminal case is handled by senior independent investigators. They also want safeguards put in place to ensure that the docket does not mysteriously disappear, something that has happened in other controversial investigations before. But perhaps the most important part of the letter comes near the end. Sifiso Meyiwa writes about the toll this case has taken to his family. He says the stress and heartbreak of the unresolved murder contributed to the deterioration of their father's health. And now the family fears that the continued delays and controversies could cause even more suffering. For them, this is no longer just a legal battle. It is a fight for justice for their brother. And for the nation that watched one of its football heroes die under mysterious circumstances. The question now is simple. Will South Africa's leaders respond to this letter? Or will the controversy surrounding the Senzo Meyiwa trial grow even deeper? Because one thing is clear, more than a decade after Senzo Meyiwa was killed, the search for the truth is far from over. So Sifiso is asking or is seeking questions and is seeking South African government to do something about this case. I don't blame him though. I truly do not blame him. A lot happens in that courtroom of Judge Ratta, and it's not nice. A lot happens while the country is watching. The behavior of the judge is also not nice. The behavior of the judge shows that he is siding with the state. The behavior or the things that he says there, why would you forever be saying that? Because I believe that every month he says that thing once or twice. I don't think there is a month that went by without him saying that. If there is, it's very few of them. Ever since he took over the case, since July 2023, Judge Ratta Mogoateng. So I understand the frustration of the Meyiwa family, truly. I understand where they are coming from. Because listening to Judge Ratta, watching him behave the way he does is quite sickening, to say the least. More than irritating, it's sickening. Because the behavior, my goodness, the behavior of the judge, I'm telling you, he is something else, and he's always showing us something else in that courtroom. It's too much. Everything that he does, it has nothing to do with the Meyiwa family. Absolutely not. It's about him, if I may put it that way. So I understand why Abo Sifiso would be so frustrated and be asking such questions and be making open cases. And also I understand why Sifiso would open a case against Ubaloyi, because Ubaloyi, my goodness, currently what he is doing, ayingeke mfana, too much. What are your thoughts when it comes to this? Let's talk in the comment section. I want to hear your views. Do you think that Sifiso is doing right by his brother when he opens these cases of defeating the ends justice? Do you think Sifiso Meyiwa is within his rights or is entitled to do this because he can see ukuthi asindawo la? What are your thoughts? Let's talk in the comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. I will see you on our next video. Bye-bye.